So today we are going to be discussing reverse transactions, which are voiding checks. You use the reverse payments process to reverse a payment that has been posted and to reverse the original transaction associated with the posting. You can record a reverse item at any time during the month. You can only reverse a transaction that is in an unlocked physical period. When you reverse a check, a reversal entry is created on the Checks tab under the Employee Activity icon of the Payroll tab. So let's take a look at this together. The first thing we want to do in our groupings is make sure you're on payroll. Up at the top, you want to be in reverse transactions under processes. The first field you see is your bank code. So you can use your next button or your finder to make the appropriate bank selection. You will see the bank name information come up in the description. Underneath, the account number will automatically pop in there as well. Under that, you will see the source application. So you will do a drop down there and select U.S. Payroll. Reverse document will automatically default it to payments. You will have another option of reverse multiple transactions, which we will look at here shortly. Under that, you see reverse single transactions. So from that point, you are going to populate a description in there for why you are reversing this transaction. I'm going to type in test just temporarily for us here, and then I'm going to select a reversal date. So from that point, I'm going to go back and I'm going to go back in the history here and do a little June for us. And then next it's wanting to have your employee. So I'm going to pick my little Mary Stewart here, select her. Then from that point, you have another selection for the check payment number. You have the finder and the drill down. We're going to select the finder first. I'm going to go down to the bottom and select an old check date here. And then we can do the drill down. That's going to open up another screen for you to show you the earnings deductions, the taxes, the employer portions, and the EFT. And that is just to clarify that you're on the correct check that you're actually reversing. So if it is, all you have to do is hit the close button to get right back to that screen. You see the payment amount in there and the payment date. So all you have to do from that point is click the post button. You will receive a message that tells you that that completed successfully. So from that point, you can close, and we can go over to see Miss Mary here. I think she was down here. Click on her, bring up her checks, and I'm going to just go ahead and narrow it down to our reverse group and do a refresh, and you're going to see that that is populated in there. That's this one here that we just did that has a negative amount. So it has totally reversed for us. Okay. So now I'm going to close, and I'm going to go right back into reverse transactions for a moment. I'm going to make those same selections up here at the top, the bank and the U.S. payroll, but this time I'm going to click on the reverse multiple transactions. Here you have several selections to narrow down your search. So if you're wanting to look for a specific check payment number, a specific date, so if you're running a specific date in your payroll, for example, I can't remember my May dates, so I'm just going to select May 1st to May 31st, and I'm going to do the refresh button, and now you see all of these checks that's all out here that we had for May 17th, and I have some May 3 out here too. So if I wanted to void all of these checks, all I would do is say select all, and my reverse will change from no to yeses. So you're going to see the reverse date, which defaults to today's date. So all I would have to do is go one by one here and select what date I would want that to change. And I'm just playing around with dates here. Of course, you're going to be a little more specific. But for example, if I did not want this check here to go, I would just double click in that yes, and it will go to no for reverse. So if I didn't want all of these in here, I could easily pinpoint yes and no which ones I did and didn't want. And if I didn't know, I'm not for sure about this one, I could double click on that highlighted area in the check payment, and then that check inquiry will pop back up so you can see exactly that detail to make sure that's the right check that you're looking for. But again, if I was ready to do them all I have to do is do the quick little post. Now, before you do that, I do recommend doing a full backup of your databases just because you have a lot of data that you're updating when you're doing multiple records here. So it's just a safety, measure to make sure that everything is done correctly and you didn't have any issues or any problems there. All right, that is basically reversing your transactions.